Hello everyone, welcome to... I nearly said X-Plane then. I'm so used to saying it. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, is that what it's called? I have no idea. But anyway, this is the new sim. Oh my goodness me. Now usually I need a very strong coffee in the morning to wake me up, but when I woke up this morning and downloaded this, in fact actually I was downloading it through the night, stayed up until 12 o'clock just to make sure it was ready, and yeah, I don't need a coffee, all I need is this sim because it absolutely has blown me away. I'm not going to mess around guys, seriously. Now if this video is not a tutorial for the new Microsoft Flight Sim, if you're watching this like either now or later on, it's not a how to do something video, it's not even a review. Literally this is my very first flight, so I've no idea what I'm doing, but I thought I'd just live stream anyway because it's such a very special occasion. This is, you know, a golden age in flight sim history really, and we are sat on the ground at Heathrow at the moment, and hopefully the plan is to head to East Midlands, my very first flight in this sim. So let me just check the chat if there is anyone there. No, not yet. That's fine. To be honest, I'm not expecting anyone to be here, to be honest, because I'd imagine you all are flying yourselves in the new sim, because I know that's what I plan to do all day today. But anyway, hopefully you can hear me okay, and I'm just going to crack on and just have a look around. This is Heathrow Airport. This is, by the way, the deluxe premium version of the sim. So this is actually a handcrafted airport, and quite honestly guys, I'm really shocked by a couple of things. For my because I did do a quick flight around Renton just to sort of mess around with settings and things like that, get a few of my controls all sorted, and the first thing that struck me actually is something that surprised me. It's the flight model. I've only flown the 172 so far, a very quick couple of circuits around Renton. My phone's going mental for some reason, I'm sorry about that. Hang on, let me just mute that. And just the feeling of flight is just absolutely it's staggering. It feels, just because I've flown in a couple of 172s, one was a G1000 variant actually, which is not this one today. We're just going to fly the bog standard version, and the way it bumps around in the air and the way it flies, I haven't messed around with anything guys. I haven't messed around with my axis sensitivities or anything. It feels absolutely spot on already. I'm very, very, very surprised. I just had a feeling it might, you know, I just had a worry even that it might be a little bit arcadey in the way it feels. But no, absolutely no way at all. It's very, very realistic. And then, of course, the second thing that struck me was the performance of this thing. I mean, my computer's, you know, it's kind of getting long in the tooth now, really. And I'm only using 16 gigs of RAM, by the way, guys. I didn't get a chance to upgrade my RAM just by laziness, really, more than anything else, and just haven't had a chance to. But I thought, you know what, I'm actually going to see what this sim, how it runs with 16 gigs of RAM. And I mean, it's early days guys. I'm sat at Heathrow Airport, one of the most busiest and frame rate intensive places you can do this. So far so good. Absolutely incredible stuff. Hello Monty, have you checked out Biggin Hill yet? Actually no, I haven't checked out anything apart from I did a quick circuit around Renton, and that's all I've done today. So this is really a raw first impression. This is as raw as it gets. I don't know nothing about this sim in terms of how to do the view system or anything. I've messed around with the graphic settings. I'll show you that in a bit. But I've got my graphic settings at the moment. I'm going to be tweaking this for weeks probably to get the right, you know, sweet spot. But I'm running it about high at the moment, not ultra. I'm not even going to dare do that just yet, but I've got to say performance so far is very encouraging, as my dog is in the way. Careful, there we go. Right, anyway, so I think we should start this up. I'm not going to mess around with ATC or anything like that. So I know you guys have probably seen loads of amazing videos of Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is going to be nothing like that. It's just my raw first impressions of the sim. So, you know, you'll have to bear with me, really. I'm probably not going to do things right, but I just want to check it out, guys. Very exciting times. So, battery coming on. That's loud. We can put our beacon on. I think the third thing that struck me about this sim is the sounds. You know, I've seen all the Discovery series sort of episodes and what they've done with the incredible soundscape, but it's not until you flick the switches and turn all the buttons and move around and hear the engine and the creaks and rattles that you think, hang on, this does not feel like a default aircraft. It feels like a fully fledged sort of not quite study level. If I know we hate that term these days, but it's not quite at that standard, but it feels a really polished, high quality sort of all the aircraft feel very, very high quality indeed. Right, so anyway, let's mixture is on. I'm using the CH Eclipse Yoke, by the way. I was a little bit disappointed that it didn't detect the CH Eclipse Yoke straight away, so I had to mess around with bindings and stuff, but hey, I'm used to doing that in DCS, you know, and it can take a bit of time to do that, so that's fine. We've got our fuel valve all ready to go. Make sure we've got our parking brake set. Actually, we can put the fuel pump on for a couple of seconds. Listen to that, everything. I don't know if you can hear. Hopefully you can hear the sounds okay. Hopefully the levels are all right. Throttle cracked, and I think we're ready for an engine start. So let's just go for this and see what happens. My first engine start in the Microsoft Flight Sim. That sounds beautiful. Oh, those sounds. It's quite strange not to be in VR, guys, as well. It's very odd indeed. Hey Julian, is ATC good enough to handle you an AI aircraft? Well, I can only go by what I've seen in other people's videos, because unfortunately, as I say, I've only just installed this, so I really can't. Some of the questions you may want to know, I might be a bit useless, guys, sorry, but I will certainly be looking at all that as we go along. But the ATC system, is just incredible compared to, I'll just show you here, look. In fact, actually, let's see if we can could do with getting the ATIS information once we get our avionics on, So any questions you've got, guys, fire away, and if I can do them and have a look during the flight, I certainly will. But as I say, this is the Microsoft Flight Sim Deluxe version, so I've got a lot of aircraft to go through, just so many locations, and I'm going to do a world tour. It's just going to be an incredible time in this sim. Just so exciting. Right, okay, so let's just see how to do this, because as I say, I've no idea how you even do this. Right, I was expecting a window for ATIS, but it's not there, so already. Oh, not unless I've got the assist thing on, although I don't think I have. I may have to leave the ATC for another video, because I don't think it's giving me the right options. I'm such a noob, guys, I've no idea what I'm doing. No idea at all. We're using real weather, by the way, and as I sort of spawned in, for lack of a better word, to the airport, there was a rain shower that was going overhead, which was just amazing. Anyway, we're going to do just a very simple direct to. In fact, we've actually got a flight plan in already. I did do a little flight plan, so actually no, we'll go to the Lun VOR, and then we'll head direct to East Midlands from there. So we've already actually got that set in there, so that's brilliant. I like how it does that. Just a thing of beauty, guys, this thing. Incredible. Right, anyway. Let's go. And find an active runway. Or any runway. As I say, I'm not going to be doing things by the book today, guys, so that'll be videos in the future. This is just a quick first look impressions, really. My very first flight in the new Microsoft Flight Sim, and it's really weird because I want to look around for other aircraft and things and I can't. I do like how the the menu system and the camera system is really in depth actually, and I need to really mess around with that. I know there's a drone camera and all sorts, but I like how some of the sort of view systems from X-Plane is available, so you can move around with the numeric pad here, which I like. That will be very cool. And of course, if you hold down your right mouse button, you can look around like that, just like in X-Plane, which is brilliant. Right, flaps are coming down. In fact, to be honest, I don't think I've even set my... I'm trying to use my trim wheel, my SciTech trim wheel, but it's not working. So I'm having to use... You can see here, I'm using a button on my CH yoke instead. Lots of things to work out here. Alright, sip of coffee. We'll go to the external camera view a moment. Whoops, that's the wrong one. And we'll get cracking. Just, oh my god, look at that. Straight away, you can see here that there's a very nice clear blue sky right ahead overhead, but you can see there's some frontal systems coming in there. Now, yesterday in the UK there was some ferocious thunderstorms. In fact, we've had quite a bit of thunderstorm weather this last couple of days, and annoyingly I think today is actually going to be a nice day. But I suppose really that's probably a good thing, considering I'm a new pilot in this new sim. Open doors for sound. Okay, wait, I don't even know how to open the doors, Monty, honestly. This is how much of a noob I am at this at the moment. I presume you could just do this and look down and click on the doors, but I can't seem to do that for whatever reason. I did try that before. So, I don't know how you do that. Not unless is it Shift E? It used to be like that in the old FSX days. No, I don't think so. Listen to how it's rattling as it's idling. Absolutely beautiful. Right, okay, we might set a... I'm probably not going to use the autopilot too much, but we will set an altitude. 3,000 feet. We're in CDI's in GPS mode. Right, let's get cracking, guys, and get this flight underway. Where am I going? No, that's not the runway. This is actually the big slope there as well. Very cool. Now, presuming there's nothing on final, I'm not using live traffic. I am using live weather, as I say, but I'm using AI traffic. It's amazing to think I'm actually live streaming and streaming the data as well. And my internet connection, guys, isn't that great. It's about 30 megs a second, is it? Per second? Somewhere around there. It's not that great, to be honest, but so far, so good. Right, let's do a rolling start and get airborne. And what we'll do is we'll do a lap of Heathrow. Whoa, my trim's a bit too high there. Already off the centre line, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Hopefully, guys, you can hear me okay. Let me know if the sounds are a bit dodgy. Whoa. In fact, I think my controls are a little bit too sensitive, but we'll go with it for now. Check out those views, guys. Oh my god. I'm going to try my best not to swear, because I'm not into that, when especially on YouTube. I'll do my best, but this is going to be difficult. I'm drifting like crazy here. It's quite windy, actually. Have a quick look outside again. Oh my god. That is absolutely staggering detail. This is a handcrafted airport. Hopefully you can hear me okay. And that looks sublime. And the amazing thing is, we're getting smooth performance, guys. Absolutely butter smooth. I'm not sure how it's going to appear on OBS, but really, really amazing. Getting a little sort of sound kind of spike there, where the sound cuts out. Or do you see the light bloom there on that huge A380? this is default airport and scenery. There's the ATC, which he might actually be my sort of co-pilot might be assisting the ATC there. So, but look at that! Oh my god, that is incredible! It really does blow the pants off anything we've ever seen from any sim. Okay, so yeah, looks like we're ATC is trying to contact us. So at least you can see it in action, even if I'm not doing it right. But I don't want to do a touch and go or anything like that. There's no cancel landing intention like that, so we'll just leave that. Oh god, the ortho quality is staggering. It's amazing. I really did not expect to be able to run this at such high settings out of the box straight away. What a time for flight simulation. Now again, apologies guys, I'm going to be a little bit clunky with my camera angles and everything really, because I've no idea what I'm doing. Quite simply, I've never used this sim before, I've never been on the alpha team. This is my very first flight. But over the coming weeks and months, as we get to know this sim, I'm going to be bringing you so much content. If you're interested guys, or if you'd rather me do some VR in X-Plane, that's fine too. Because I won't be uninstalling X-Plane, I think that would be foolish, especially as this doesn't have VR yet. But already, I just know this has changed the game. Forever. For me, personally. Right, anyway. Oh, God. See what I mean? I'm very clunky. I do apologise. Right, let's try this autopilot then. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Nav. See, I'm already in trouble with the FAA. Oh, big turbulence spike there. Amazing. Right. Right by why I've flown in it yesterday. I'm a bit disappointed. Graphics are great, especially atmosphere and lighting. Artifacts in the clouds not so much. Germany looks awful and many airports are not even there. Oh really? Camera is clunky as hell, needs some work, not X-Plane killer. Okay, that's interesting you say that. Thanks for your thoughts on that. I think the camera system is weird. I think a lot of that is because it's completely different from anything we've ever seen before. Like, I just personally like a simple spot view. I haven't worked that out yet, where I can just basically click a button, I'm in spot view and I can pan around. I can't do that. I keep having to go to this menu here and go to the camera and then do it that way. And then, oh look at that, wow. And then it's not, the aircraft is not central to the display. It's kind of like quite cinematic, which is all very nice, but I want it to remain the focus. Then I can pan around, so I don't know how to do that quite yet. Stunning. First stutter there, we had a stutter there guys. First one I've had. We are in London, so I'm expecting some stutters, and I've done nothing with my graphic settings. I've just messed around with them. When I loaded this sim up, it recommended that I had medium settings, so that gives you an idea that my computer is nowhere near high end these days. But I'm running a 1080 Ti card with an i5 8600K processor, and it's doing a fine job. I've got to say, I think I could actually get away with fine tuning these settings and getting even better performance, but for now I'm just going to leave things as they are. Got to say, the visibility is a bit unrealistic. You never get that kind of visibility in the UK. I mean, that looks like it's about 100 miles or so. That's not right. So I don't know whether they need to sort that out. But this is live weather, guys. Just check actually, making sure that it is live still. Yeah, live weather. So temperature at the moment is 15 degrees. And no clouds in the area. Can't see the visibility there. Doesn't tell me there unless I'm missing it. The colours. I feel like I'm flying over Orbex True Earth. But this is totally out of the box scenery. Streaming as well. So I'm going to be using a bit of more internet than normal. Obviously by streaming that takes quite a bit of frame rate off when you're recording anyway. But I just love how the aircraft sort of bobs around in the air, and it's not sort of a repetitive kind of effect that you can kind of after a while realise that it's doing the same thing. It is going through the air, and it feels very natural. But you see that? Can you hear that, guys? I'm getting a bit of sound, a few sound issues there. It keeps cracking a little bit every now and then. Don't know what's going on there. You won't get a more raw video of this this sim than today. This is what all you guys are going to be doing. Literally just firing it up. What's it doing now? Okay, that's a bit of an exaggerated turn there. Couple of little stutters. Look at that. Oh, those shadows and lighting effects. Very nice. That's a very exaggerated turn. I know what it's doing right now. Getting us back on course, hopefully. Okay, it's going a bit mental. Loving the scenery though, absolutely gorgeous. I'm tempted to just do a simple direct to at this point, although is it finding itself again on the flight plan? I think it is, yeah. Stunning. Zoom out a little bit here. So this is the English countryside. All its glory. Looking absolutely beautiful. Oh, wow. Well, I've got to say the autopilot is not doing what it's supposed to be doing at all. Yeah, that needs some work. I'll tell you what we'll do before this ends badly. We're just going to go maybe do a direct 2 if we can. My goodness, what on earth is it doing? Holy, in fact, tell you what, take the autopilot off completely. That's mental. That's not realistic at all. That needs sorting out. So what we'll do, we'll go in heading mode instead. How do you do this? Using the scroll wheel here. There we go. Right, autopilot. This feels weird without VR, guys. Got to say. Heading mode, altitude hold. Hopefully that will do that, and then we'll punch in our destination. Echo Golf. Sorry guys, might take a while here. Echo Golf November. X-ray. There we go. So that should be punched in there now. Oh no, it hasn't worked. Tell you what, we could do it this way instead. Direct to East Midlands. Activate. Well, what am I doing wrong here? Not letting me activate it for some reason. I'll hold it down. I have no idea what I'm doing. No idea at all. It's all good fun. We'll just do it manually with the heading control for now. Check the chat quickly. Joshua, shame no VR till later. Absolutely, it's yeah, it's a real shame. I've no idea what they were thinking. Like, release a flight sim in 2020 without VR. Like, massive mistake, guys. But you know, look at it. Just look at this sim. It is so incredible. I'm so blown away with it already, and I've only been flying for about an hour, 2 hours. I could not sleep last night. I basically set it going about 12 o'clock. I've had about 5 hours sleep, which is actually pretty good considering. And loaded it up straight away. I haven't had one crash so far, but I've got to say the autopilot is not doing its thing. It's misbehaving. But hey, I'm expecting a few little bugs here and there. But yeah, it should have VR. Have you tried out the poor man's VR big screen head tracking? Yes, Balgio did a fantastic video of how to actually, you know, have a bit of a VR experience using Track IR. Oh my god, what is going on? Right, okay. Okay, the autopilot needs some work. Especially unless I'm doing something spectacularly wrong, which is entirely possible, but kind of doubt it, to be honest. Oh, it's bumpy. I think we're going to have to hand fly this, guys, to be honest. But yeah, for me personally, I think it's a ingenious solution and very typical of Balgio. He's one of them guys that is very good at problem solving and working out how to run VR. And I think it's amazing what he's done. And definitely give it a try if you've got Track IR. I don't have Track IR. The only thing I did buy once was the Track Hat thing, and I haven't got that anymore. And you know, it's quite expensive, Track IR, really. You're talking of a couple £100. I'd rather just wait for the fully fledged VR experience. I'm quite happy to actually use this without VR for a couple of months until they're ready to for it to be implemented. It will give me a chance to get to know the sim, do a few flights, do a few tours, and then I think when VR is released, we'll be excited all over again, won't we? So I'm happy to wait, personally. But if you have got Track IR, I would definitely highly recommend trying out Balgio's sort of solution to it. It looks a bit cumbersome, but I think it's actually quite an ingenious solution. A very clever solution. That might actually work. Oh, it's very bumpy here. And I can't even use my autopilot system. Hope they support the G1 owners like me. Well, to be honest, Joshua, sorry, I'm going through these comments of, you know, very slowly. I haven't pre-ordered the G2. I'm hoping HP are going to provide me with a review copy, but I haven't actually pre-ordered the G2 yet, only because I have the G1 and I'm very happy with it. I really do feel, don't quote me on this, that the G1 will be supported, simply because it's a HP reverb, you know, unless there is some sort of weird lockout system that only supports G2 headsets, which I highly doubt, to be honest. I think most Windows mixed reality headsets will work, particularly the Reverb G1. So yeah, I'm hoping it'll work. I think it will, to be honest. Milo, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while, actually. I've missed your streams. So I hope you're going to be coming back and making a comeback appearance soon, because you're one of the guys that inspired me to start doing this anyway. So yeah, everyone, please check out Milo's channel. I'll link it in the description below after this video. His flight sim channel is fantastic. Really, really enjoyable content. It's strange that any sim maker thinks they don't need VR. I know, absolutely. I also bought this. We'll try it out when they implement VR. So you've bought it, but you're not going to use it until VR is supported. Wow, I'm impressed with your patience. and your resilience. I bought it straight away. Milo, it's not that they didn't want it in. Microsoft wanted it out. I doubt Asobo did. Yeah, I think Microsoft. Oh God, sorry. I look away. I'm looking at the chat, guys. Sorry. Look at that scenery. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Yeah, I think Microsoft is not a fan of VR. Well, they did get burnt a while back when VR first became a thing. So I don't think they're as hot on it as some developers, but I think if it was Asobo's choice, they probably would have implemented it sooner. But I do feel there's been some internal discussions and heated debates going on round the table at Microsoft HQ about VR, and thankfully they are taking it seriously now. They are working on it, just a case of when, not if. Oh, that's my trim wheel. I really wish this autopilot would work so I could check the chat out properly, because this is a bit of a handful at the moment, this Cessna. I'll try doing it again, but no promises. What the? Oh my God. I really don't know what's going on with this autopilot, guys. I just hope you got your seatbelts fastened. Apologies. Look at the light bloom. Look at the ortho. Oh, we had a stutter there for a second. I'm letting you know, guys. If I get any stutters, even the slightest stutter, I'll let you know. This is my first ever flight in X-Plane in Flight Sim 2020. I want to look at the chat, but for some reason, the autopilot is not playing ball here. Let me just get this, see if I can get it at least behaving itself. So look, guys, what am I doing? Am I doing anything wrong here? If I press the autopilot and then click heading mode, altitude hold, it's banking over like crazy. Yeah, that definitely needs some work. Not unless I'm doing something wrong. That may be, I don't know, but I've got the CDI selected there. Okay, it's behaving itself again. So it means it's behaving itself. I'll go back to the chat again. It's awesome without VR. Totally agree, Marlo. Have you been on the alpha team at all? Oh yes, you have. I've just answered my own question there. I've been in alpha with track R on 34-inch screen. Yeah, I'm actually using, guys, if you want to know, I'm using a 42-inch plasma TV screen. So my resolution's very low, so I've had to up the scaling in the settings, which works perfectly fine. I'm loath to buy a huge curved monitor. I nearly did, you know, but what's the point? I'm a VR guy. I really, VR is the future, in my opinion, and I'm not going to be using this on a monitor for too long, I hope. So I've decided to just keep using my 42-inch, like massive, like it's an old plasma TV, and it looks fantastic on the screen, personally. So I'm just going to keep with that for now. All right, quick coffee stop here. Milo, these aircraft didn't get tested much as it wasn't in the alpha. Okay, well, that kind of explains the very weird autopilot behaviour, but it seemed to be... it's kind of behaving itself again now. So hopefully that will be it. Scenery is just amazing. Absolutely incredible. To have this level of scenery detail, you know, the amount of hours and days I've spent downloading my own ortho scenery, you know, the computer being on for weeks downloading it, and then it wouldn't even be that great. This is all colour corrected, and with the Azura kind of technology, or whatever it's called, is it that Black Shark AI or whatever it's called? It's just, it all creates an incredible scene right here. Out of the box. Absolutely beautiful. I've got to say, already, I'm going to really struggle to go back to X-Plane. Because this is a huge leap in what we've ever seen before in the world of flight simming. I just feel that this is the biggest, huge shift we've seen in terms of technology, and it's not just the eye candy, guys. This is not just a pretty sim. It's got all the other stuff in there as well, the flight dynamics, the weather system, just the data that's being thrown at this, full AI traffic. And it's not even a subscription model, which I find incredible, to be honest. Really, really impressive stuff. Amazing video. Thank you, Living Aviation. I really appreciate that. I mean, to be honest, this is just a warts and all video. It's my very first check of this sim. I've got no idea what I'm doing. You know, I'll hold my hands up. I've no idea what I'm doing. I'm just sharing this with you guys, my very first flight. Andrew, check out Squirrel's channel. He recommends getting an Xbox game controller for specific controls of the drone camera. See tutorial number 3. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, I've been checking out Squirrel's channel quite a lot over this last week. Fantastic content, guys. Really recommend checking his channel out. He's got a very beefy computer and it looks absolutely fantastic. So yeah, totally. What else have we got here? Ride by wire. Yeah, the feeling is great. It's very dynamic. Absolutely. Microsoft with Windows Mixed Reality don't want VR. I don't know what's happened. Honestly, I just think it's been a bit of a miscommunication. Probably someone at the top, the Xbox Game Division guy, I can't remember his name, is very anti-VR. I've got a feeling there's been a bit of a conflict, but with the likes of Balgeode and the VR Aviation channel, Facebook group, and obviously the guys who went down there and checked this sim out in Seattle all those months, in fact a year ago or more. It's doing it again, guys. Look at this. The autopilot's going a bit crazy. Why is it doing that? But I think our voice has certainly been heard, and VR is on its way. And for the time being, I'm quite happy to use it like this, just to check it out. And yeah, that's a big bug there. The autopilot system on this 172 does not work very well. So that's my first bug that I've noticed, of many, I'm sure. Milo, go fly in the backcountry in the Cub. I've got so many flights planned. I cannot wait. I just don't have enough hours in a day. I've got 2 weeks left of my break before I go back to work. And oh my god, what is going on? I look at the chat for 1 second and that happens. That's really annoying. That's not cool. Don't like that at all. That's really bad. Every time I look at the chat, guys, the autopilot wants to kill me. Oh, how annoying. Maybe I'll try and use the chat on my phone. Maybe that might be a better idea, instead of looking away from the screen every 5 minutes, because that's really annoying. Don't like that at all. Right. Is there a way of checking the chat out on my phone? You can tell I'm all new to this. I'm such a noob. Channel. Probably check out. Oh god. My own live stream here. There we go. That's a better way of doing it. Now I can actually look at the live chat on my phone. Is there a way of checking the chat out on my... Oh, now I can hear myself. That's not good. Sorry guys, this is just ridiculous. Here we go. Let's gain some sort of control again. Oh, such fun and games. What headset do you have on? I have the... Oh god, it's really old. It's a Turtle Beach something or other headset that I'm using. And hopefully that microphone isn't too bad. It might be distorting a bit. I apologise if it is. Getting a couple of stutters here at the moment, which is fine. I'm not expecting this sim to run completely smooth all the time, especially with what I'm doing right now. In fact, yeah, literally I had about 3 or 4 seconds of stutters, and now it's fine again. Look at those clouds! Oh my god! KRO, how clear are the numbers in front of you? Well, as I say, I'm using quite a low resolution monitor. So, to be honest, and this is quite ironic really, if I was in VR right now, in the reverb, I'd be actually getting a better image. I'd be able to see the cockpit better, because that's a 2K per eye display. But I'm using a very low resolution monitor. So, but having said that, I can see everything fine. Apart from this text here, I can't see that unless I zoom in. Excuse me. Yes. No, yeah, I know. My name is VR Flight Sim Guy and I'm not in VR. So yeah. Breaking news. I'm not in VR. In fact, 95% of my content is in VR, but obviously the new Microsoft Flight Sim is not VR ready yet. So that is something that we're going to have to wait for a while. So yeah, you might not see so much VR content on the channel in the next few months. Having said that, please let me know, guys, if you'd rather me continue flying in VR in X-Plane and in DCS and all of the other sims. I will more than happily still create videos. But if you'd rather just see me fooling around in a new Microsoft Flight Sim and getting it very wrong, it seems at the moment, with the way I'm flying, but I'm trying to get things somewhat steady again, then, you know, please feel free to tag along. But I will be definitely flying in the new Microsoft Flight Sim a lot over the next, well, who knows? Who knows? Living aviation, oof. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyone sat in the back, I do apologise. Please keep your trays in the upright position. Please keep your drinks in the cup holders provided. It's going to get messy. Oh, look at that for a view, guys. Oh my word. That is absolutely blowing the pants off any other flight sim that has ever been before. Just look at that. That is staggering. Absolutely beautiful views. Oh, wow. That is gorgeous. I really don't like the all of those, like the flap and altitude and airspeed indicator thing. It makes it look a bit arcadey. I think that's a few people have mentioned the same thing. It doesn't do the sim any favours. It's useful having that information, don't get me wrong, but I'd like to find a view where that's all out of the way. And I'm sure I'll work it all out eventually. Nice golf course. Oh, hang on. Oh, check this out, guys. We're going over Silverstone right now. That is Silverstone. I recognise that anywhere. Nice. Very, very nice indeed. Wow. Of course, that was completely part of the plan, guys. I meant to fly right over Silverstone. Yeah, right. Love that light bloom there as well. In fact, I think MotoGP should be at Silverstone in the not so distant future, and they'll be doing 2 races there, so I'll be looking forward to watching that. See, like at the moment I've got snap views, and I've got sort of the mouse sort of view, which is okay, but I want the aircraft central in the screen all the time, and I can't seem to do that. But you know, this is literally my first flight, so who knows? Options, general, camera, then turn off the hood. Okay, thank you very much. I'll do that right now. We'll go to options, general, camera, then turn off hood. Where is that? It's right in front of me, isn't it? I just can't see it. Ah, instrument heads up. Yeah, it's actually right over my mouse there. Right, here we go. Hopefully that sorted that out then. Here we go. Oh, that's better. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. That is much better. Hey Dave, how you doing? Good to have you aboard. Milo, spacebar will pop your head up. I'll have a look at that. Oh, that's cool. I'm guessing that's the landing view, is it? That I've been hearing about. That's nice. That's a nice view, actually. I like that. In fact, to be honest, it's quite weird, because in the real 172, you wouldn't be there, and you wouldn't be there. You'd kind of be in the middle. About there somewhere. About that. That's kind of the view you'd have. Maybe a little bit lower. I can't quite seem to get the right view there. That's the thing with VR. You know, you don't have to think about views because you're inside the aircraft, so you just look around, you pop your head up and down and look around, and it's just wonderful. And I imagine it's the same actually for Track IR, which I'm very tempted to get, but for the sake of a couple of months or so, I think I'm just going to live with this. Live with this. Oh, such hard work, isn't it? Living with the sim looking like this. Absolutely stunning. Okay, anyway, so let's have a look at where we are, because we're actually heading to East Midlands Airport at the moment. And we are... Are we literally 1 hour 25 minutes away? Or no, sorry, 1 minute 23 seconds away from DTY. I'm missing Avitab, guys. I like Avitab, tells you where you are. It's kind of cheats though, doesn't it, really? So this is the VR. Oh, actually, we're not far away at all, actually. That's the VFR map, which is very cool. I like that. Be nice if we can add some extra detail to that as time goes on. This is just wonderful, guys. I just love the way this thing is running. On my crappy internet connection as well. I'm only, you know, my internet isn't very good, but it's having no problems at all streaming this data, which I'm very surprised about. Try 53 for default height. Will do. Yeah, I will do that. I don't know how to change that right now, but I will do that. Thank you. I read Central London is not modelled at present, Bruce. Okay, well, I haven't checked it out yet, but that's one thing, guys, I really need to... I've reiterated this quite a few times and harped on about it a lot on the channel, is that even though we've got this fantastic flight sim now, and it's beautiful, it's next generation, it's a massive shift in what we've ever seen before, no doubt about it, but if you are wanting to tour an area with really good landmarks, really good points of interest, you need to use the Orbex True Earth scenery in X-Plane. You know, I'm not expecting to see the Dartford Crossing, for instance. I'm not expecting to see the Lincoln Cathedral. I'm not expecting to see certain, you know, real obvious models. Now, what I am expecting is Orbex to come out with a landmark pack. I'm really hoping they're not going to go the route of producing just cities. I want them to produce regions, landmark regions. That would be what we all want, you know, sort of overlays. Because we don't need the ortho anymore, because we've got the most incredibly detailed ortho, colour matched and everything already. I mean, just look at that down there, it looks amazing. So we don't need that anymore, but what we do need is those landmarks. And to be honest, that shouldn't be too difficult for Orbex to implement, because they've already got the assets, they've already got them in both sims. All we need now is it to be implemented into this new sim. And I'm just noticing a bit of a weird effect there on the clouds. That looks a bit dodgy. But that's okay. I think some people are being a bit too fussy with this, expecting it to be absolutely perfect out of the box. This is a next-gen sim, and I've got to say, if you remember the launches of any other sim platform, particularly, do you remember... I even remember the launch of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2000, and then FS 2002, and FSX. It was an absolute disaster. It wouldn't work on launch. There was crashes, there was issues. Even with the latest games that I've ever bought, like Battlefield and that, there's been server crashes, there's been all sorts of problems. So far, this has been completely seamless. It's been absolutely fine. No problems for me at all. So the odd little graphical error here is not a deal breaker. It really isn't, guys. Let's give this sim time to mature. What's the frame rate like, Steve? Well, to be honest, Dave, unless there's a way of overlaying the frame rate, I'm going to have to try getting, like, I haven't got Fraps installed, but I'm going to have to use that maybe to get my frame rate. But I actually don't know what frame rate I'm getting at the moment, unless there's a way of doing it in the sim itself. But I would imagine I'm getting at least 90 frames per second. I'm joking, guys. I'm probably getting about, I'm just looking at the terrain here, at least 35, 40 frames per second, at least. Probably more nearer 50, 55, to be honest. But it's hard to tell, but it feels very smooth. Very, very smooth indeed. But yeah, getting back to the Orbex thing, like, I'm going to be landing at East Midlands in a minute. I'm used to the Orbex East Midlands Airport, as I'm sure any of you who've watched my channel, I use that airport quite a lot, and it looks amazing. It's going to look a bit crap in this particular sim, because it's going to be default generic airfields. So, but you know what? I don't care, because when you get weather like that, scenery like this, and performance the way I'm getting at the moment, I'm happy to forgo my Orbex sceneries for the time being. And it's not going to be very long, guys, before they're going to populate the world anyway. That's my take on it, really, guys. I mean, feel free to disagree with me. I'm absolutely fine. Windows and G key for Xbox overlay. Oh, Windows and G key. I don't do that in case it's going to do something bad, but let's just try it. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, hang on. Oh, it did work. I'm not sure you're going to see this, guys, actually. Oh, this is interesting. Can you see that on the screen? Let's just have a look. No, you can't. Okay, well, I can let you know what this is telling me here. Oh, this is interesting, guys. My CPU is currently 80%. 80%. My GPU is 38%. I thought it'd be the opposite way around, guys. I'm using 61% of my RAM, which is interesting because I've got 16 gigs of RAM, guys. I haven't got 32 gigs of RAM like everybody else, so I thought this would be an interesting test as well. It's not telling me my frame rate though, unfortunately. It's oh, it request, you need expanded user account control access, request access. Oh, sorry guys, that might have just, I don't want to do too in case it crashes the sim, but hopefully that will work and I'll be able to let you know my frame rate. No, it's not working. Oh, that's a shame. Never mind. I can tell you guys though, it's extremely smooth, and look at these clouds. Oh, absolutely staggering. Oh, it takes my breath away, guys. It really does. Find enable developer mode and you will get a bar at the top. Okay, I might try that later on, guys, but at the moment my frame rate is really smooth. It feels really smooth. Even if I'm getting 12 frames per second, it feels brilliant to me. It really does, but it honestly feels, judging by, you know, what I'm used to in X-Plane, I'm definitely getting at least, definitely over 35, 40 frames per second, at least. And my specs, someone asked about my specs. Timber. I'm using an i5-8600K processor, which is a 6-core processor. I'm using stock speeds 3.6 gigahertz, which is really low, actually. I need to overclock my CPU, which I'm probably going to do, actually, soon. And I'm using a 1080 Ti Zotac Mini. That's important, a mini graphics card. So it's basically, in fact, it's an absolutely amazing card, but you can't really overclock it because it's a mini card. But it's done me proud over the years, I tell you that. Right, I can try this, guys. Let me have a look here. Sorry if I'm shouting my head off. I do apologise. Options, right. Options general. Developer. Then enable. Apply settings. What's that going to do? Oh, hello. Interesting. Now what do I do now? I'll wait and see what you tell me to do next. Because I don't really know what doing here. This is kind of cool. I like this. Kevin, hi Steve, just saw a note from Reaction Review, can't say that for some reason, can't talk, I think it's my shock of this new sim, saying that the new Orbex London scenery for this sim is total pants. Really? Interesting. I'll have to check that out, thank you very much. Dave, do you have the settings cranked up to full? I'll tell you what, I'll let you know, I'll show you now. This is my graphic settings at the moment. Bear in mind guys, I have literally just installed this and this is my very first flight. So what I've got is everything on high. I don't know why my frame limit is 60. I doubt I'm even getting that, to be honest. But this is my. I'll just basically scroll down. I'm going to do really in-depth videos on this over time. That's really low, the shadow quality there, isn't it? Maybe we can up that a bit actually. Although I don't want to mess around too much because it might mess the sim up. Applying graphic settings. That was quick. If that was X-Plane, you'd have to reload it and it would take half an hour. What else we got here? Lens flare. I don't really like lens flare actually. Lens correction. Choose whether to enable that. Maybe leave that off for now. Yeah, so as you see here, my graphic settings are not ultra. I might try that at some point, but really, just look at the sim, guys. Look at it. Look at how beautiful this sim looks. Oh my word, that is absolutely incredible. And I think it's all the more special because I haven't been flying in the alpha. This is my very first time flying and it's bite the back of your hand gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, look at the ortho. And that's another thing guys, the ortho quality is a lot sharper than you get from an Orbex True Earth package. I think that's worth mentioning as well. Okay, now the top at the bar options. Yep. Then where? Frame rate? Display frame rate. Here we go, guys. And there you have it. I was right. We're getting... That's actually really good, isn't it? 50 frames per second. 55 frames per second. So I thought we were getting about 45 frames or so, but that's actually higher than I thought. And look at the cores there all being used. That's brilliant. Finally guys, we're able to utilize all of our systems innards. all of the fantastic hardware that we bought probably many years ago. We're finally using CPU memory. I don't know what that is. CPU memory budget, no idea what that is either. GPU. So there you are guys, that is the frame rate I'm getting right now. That's pretty amazing. That means I would be able to use this in VR no problems at all. Even if I left my settings exactly how they are now, I'd be getting about 30 frames per second in VR, which is enough. Especially in the Rift S, that's absolutely perfect. In the Reverb it's a little low, but you'd be able to get away with it if you use motion projection. Got it at 3 AM this morning and I am very impressed. Yeah, me too, Paul. Options display FPS, the bush flying. Finally, sorry, Calvin, it's taken me a while. I'm in a state of shock here, guys. Sorry. Do you want me to? Would you like me to leave that frame rate on in the right-hand corner? Even though I know it's annoying, it doesn't kind of. It's in the way of the view, but it might be interesting for you guys to have that on there. And there is that East Midlands? No, that's not East Midlands. Not yet. Oh my god, look at that cloud! Holy crap, that looks absolutely amazing. There's a little bit of weirdness going on. Oh wow. I'm sorry guys, I know you're used to me being, exclaiming with lots of wows and superlatives, but you're going to get it even more now because this is, I've never experienced this before, ever. This is a complete new level of flight sim experience. I mean, when we get VR, guys, this is going to be... well, I've run out of words, guys. I'm just absolutely dumbfounded with what I'm seeing right here. I'm going straight for this cloud here. This might be a bad idea, but never mind. Yeah, I'm flying into a cloud right now. Yes, I've got it on an SSD. I haven't got it on an M2 dot whatever it is. I've just got it on a standard sort of SSD. It cost me about 150 quid for a 250. Sorry, not 250. What am I talking about? A 2 terabyte SSD. It's a Western Digital SSD, and it's running great. So that's me flying through a cloud, checking I've got no icing here. I haven't got my pitot heat on. I need to put that on now. Oh, this is so gorgeous. This is absolutely amazing. Oh, God. In fact, you know what? I'm getting 60 frames per second. I'm locked at 60 frames per second. So because of that, I'm going to crank the settings up a little bit more, because I'm going to crank the clouds up to ultra. They're already on high. Let's try them on ultra. I may regret this. There we go, guys. Clouds are now on ultra. Couple of stutters there, and we're back at 60 frames per second. Right, now at this stage, at 60 frames per second, if I can get to that stage, that means I will be able to get 45 frames per second in the reverb, which means you'll get really smooth performance. So that is, this is the first, literally the very first time I'm messing around with this sim. There's going to be plenty of optimizations in the future. This is boding very well, guys. I'm really impressed with this. And I promise you guys, I'm not affiliated with Microsoft or anything like that. I've bought it with my own hard-earned money. In fact, I bought the deluxe, whatever you call it, version, £110, and yeah, totally worth it. Totally worth it. VR flight sim orgasm guy. Yes, I do apologise, guys. Sorry, I'm very excitable today. I've only had half a coffee, but when you see such incredible visuals as this is the kind of flight sim that I have been dreaming about for years. Absolutely years. Just look at the weather. Oh my god, it looks incredible. Guys, I bought this game on CD keys, but I don't know how to download it. So I can't really help you on that one at the moment, because I bought this off the Microsoft store. That was my choice. I mean, you can buy it off Steam as well, but I decided to go straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. I always prefer to do that. Look at those clouds. I'm going to be saying that a lot, guys. I apologise. I'm trying to calm myself down here, but I can't help it. The scenery is just... oh my god, look at that. Oh, wow. I think I need a room with this sim on my own for a while. I am totally blown away with this. This reminds me of the very first time that I loaded up. I don't know, what would it be? Probably FS 2002 or something, probably, because I've been flight simming since FS 5. But I remember that oh wow moment when we first started seeing proper graphics, and it was probably FS 2002 when we first started seeing autogen. How amazed I was with that. This is completely on another level. Anyway, guys, let's make it to East Midlands Airport so we can get landing here. We're using real live weather. We're about 7 minutes away, and I'm in a cloud. A fully volumetric 3D cloud. A nice little hole there in the middle of the cloud. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Orgasmic is definitely the word. And then you descend out of the cloud into that. This is just incredible. Absolutely amazing. Alright, anyway. Best look at the chat. Sorry, guys. Those could be considered modest specs, to be honest, and it runs pretty well. Yeah, totally. No, this is... My computer is modest at best nowadays. I've had this computer for 3 years, and I haven't done a thing to it. Actually, that's a lie. I did get a 1080 Ti card. I did have a 1070, and I've changed my card, and I do feel the 1080 Ti card is really strutting its stuff right now. I do feel that is what's making the difference here. But remember, I'm using 16 gigs of RAM, not 32, 16 gigs. Do you know, because we're so high, I might try a stall in a minute, a bit of a spin. With the developer mode, you can change the plane on the fly too. No pun intended, I'm sure there, Calvin. Turn on the blink, turn on the strobes. I did have my strobes on actually, but I'm not sure if that cloud was thick enough really to simulate that. Yeah, and no flicker, absolutely. The clouds look fantastic. I'm sorry guys, I'm missing all of your chats here. Windows eats RAM like a kid eats... Yeah, well, you say that, but I'm literally 16 gigs of RAM. I'm live streaming, and I'm getting between 50 and 60 frames per second with ultra clouds as well. Very, very cool. Soaring must be a must. Vinsu, yeah, totally agree. That would be amazing. Can I install on my spare SSD? Yeah, you can choose wherever you want to install it. No problems. Paul, once your guys get it, you'll understand how it feels. Yeah, totally agree. In fact, actually, I want to say something, guys, here as well. I want to say that the first thing that struck me, and this I wasn't expecting this, was the actual flight model of the 172. I'm no PPL. I don't have a PPL, guys, but I've done quite a lot of general aviation flying, and I've flown in a 172 and actually landed one with the help of my good pilot friend at Guernsey once. And yeah, it feels. I mean, I need to adjust my sensitivities of my controller, but it does feel absolutely spot on. It really does. Right, anyway, let's go for a landing. Let me know if you want to keep that very ugly looking frame rate counter, but it is very interesting, isn't it, to see. So I'll keep it on there unless you'd rather me get it out the way, but it's not too bad, is it? It's kind of in that corner. I also think, guys, I'm probably getting away with really good frame rate because I'm not running a 4K monitor. I'm running a 42-inch plasma TV, guys. That's right, a 42-inch plasma TV, and it looks great. It looks fantastic, and I'm not really bothered about. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm not bothered about changing my monitor. Bit of a stutter there. Simply because I'm waiting for VR, guys. I'm going to be flying this in the new G2 and the Reverb G1 and the Rift S. So getting a new monitor would be completely pointless, to be honest. And actually, because this is such a huge monitor, it looks spectacular. It really does. Right, let's get the ATIS from East Midlands here, if we can. Can't get it just yet. How do you go back? Oh, hang on. No, hang on. I'm not doing this right. Here we go. Oh, okay. So it's you can't get the ATIS from East Midlands because it's classed as not as an unmanned airport. So that needs. Oh no, it's all right. It's me being stupid. Here we go. I hear the wind. Oh wow. Okay. 2996. That's about that. Getting a couple of stutters here. But nothing to write home about, guys, honestly. I get worse stutters than X-Plane in Vulcan. Can you hear that? That's I think that's sort of the ATC sort of interruption. Static, that's what I'm trying to say. Wowzers. Runway 27. Well, I'll tell you what, this is quite a novel thing, because we've got low fuel, we need to definitely get on the ground then. A novel thing, guys, as well for me, is that it's great to be able to have ATC again, because I've missed that so much. VFR ATC, so you know you can still use the air traffic control system even if you haven't planned a flight plan, and that's what we'll do now. We'll crest a full stop landing. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get rid of the frame rate counter if I can remember how to do it now, just for now. That's weird, I didn't hear him say that, but we are clear to land. Fair enough. It's like Christmas in my childhood, downloading at 5:30 AM. Totally, I did stay up till 12 o'clock. The trim is a bit touchy on all aircraft. Yeah, I haven't changed anything, guys, in terms of my settings. This is my very first flight. I haven't set up anything. This is warts and all my very first experience with the flight sim. Can you change pressure measurement? Yes, you can. Delta, you can do that. I've seen that in a video with Squirrel, I believe. Yeah, ATC is a good return. Hey JTG, DDR4 memory, I believe. I've got DDR4, 16 gigs of memory. That's it. That's nothing in this day and age, guys. Nothing. And yet it's running like this. I never expected. And I think the crucial thing to say, guys, and I said this at the start of the video, I'll say it again, is my internet connection isn't that great. I think I'm running at about 30 Mbps at the best. Oh, that's interesting, because there is some cooling towers here, and they've sort of, well, they haven't modelled it actually. That's just a skyscraper building, but it almost looks like that. So yeah, we are going to miss those points of interest. Right, landing light is on. We'll stay in the cockpit. We're way too high here. I did say I was going to do a spin, but I've forgotten. Sorry, guys. Get down to about... In fact, you know, I am above the flat extension speed, but I'm going to just dump them out anyway. See what happens. And we're going to have to do a bit of side slipping as well. So that will be interesting to see how the flight model handles that. Because we're way too high here. Look at the ortho there. Beautiful. Look at that cloud layer. Oh my god. Clouds are at ultra. Everything else is high. We're getting between 50 and 60 frames per second. I'm side slipping. And it's working. The speed is decreasing nicely there. That's fantastic. For a default aircraft, for the side slip to work as well as this is very impressive indeed. See, we've got a bit of a crosswind here. Okay, level out a bit here. Yeah, very twitchy controls. I do need to adjust my sensitivity. There we go. I'll take that. Just look at those clouds. Well, guys, that completes my very first flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys, and in the chat, but I think it's pretty clear what I think about it. That is for sure. Whoa! Totally blown away. Absolutely blown away. Apologies for my rubbish taxiing skills, as I say. So this is East Midlands Airport. It's, you know, it looks crap compared to the Orbex style. Of course it does. But I can live with that for a few weeks, months, whatever it is. I do think it's great how they're giving us a discount for anyone who's used. It's got X-plane scenery. I think that's fantastic. I think up to about 40 or 50% even. Now, is there a marshal anywhere? I'm just going to plonk this anywhere, to be honest. There's a guy there. Whether he can... because I've never done this before. No, he's just a guy walking around. Just to see the animations. It's amazing. And this is the great thing. Because I haven't been an alpha tester, I'm experiencing this for the very first time. And it's been worth the wait. I'm just going to plonk this in. Listen to all those squeaks and rattles. Love it. There we go. Lovely. I'd like to see a bit of shaking there as the engine turns off there. Right, just switch all these off. Oh, I think I need to lie down, guys, now after that. Amazing. Just quickly check the chat. Here we go. The H experience install complete. See ya. Yeah. Honestly, you enjoy, mate. Absolutely enjoy. You're probably already gone. Is there any way to monitor the data usage? Yes, there is. Actually, you can do that in. Where is it? Data. Yeah, of course. Duh. So, okay, this is interesting. I've been flying for about 3 hours now already. This has gone very quick, and I've used 2.7 gigs of data. And there you go. You can limit your data, and you can reset the tracking of it as well. The data bandwidth usage as well. Bandwidth. I've got an unlimited broadband, and I recommend you have an unlimited internet provider, to be honest. But yeah, I've used 2.17 already. That's quite a bit actually, and it's ran very nice. Paul, I was up until 3 AM. Yeah, I was up until 12:30. And then I couldn't really sleep, to be honest. I was sort of too excited. I'd love to find out how much internet data this actually uses. Well, there you are. What CPU are you using? i5-8600K. Only support inches in mercury. Oh, does it? Oh, I thought it did. Oh, maybe that can be something for the future. You have been flying the TBM too long? No, I haven't used the TBM at all, actually. In fact, I loathe to use it because of the hot start TBM is so good. The most amazing simulation of any general aviation aircraft you've ever seen, that I'm going to be disappointed with it, quite honestly, but I will be using it. Great, thanks, no problem. Do you like it? Yes, I absolutely love it. Mind you, I'm not sure if the 1080 Ti is compatible. Not quite sure what you mean there. Notice how the runway goes up. Yeah, it does. Sounds good to you. Okay, I think I'm about there. So, thanks guys. George, SIM installed on an external SSD. Maybe that's causing issues. Need to investigate. Yeah, I would recommend an internal SSD if possible. That's interesting, Shocked. You're getting the same frame rate as me with an RTX 2080 Super. I'm getting between 50 and 60 frames with a 1080 Ti card. So that is very shocking, actually. I'm surprised about that. Well, guys, I'm going to leave it there because thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. I've been an hour and 20 minutes already. I probably should leave it there. I may do a live stream later on. Let me know if you'd like to see a bit more of this later today. And any suggestions or requests for future flights, please let me know in the comments. It's been fantastic sharing this very first flight with you. It's been very special. And I am totally blown away with this. It's everything I expected it to be and more. What else can I say? Take care, guys, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye for now.